You will join a Zoom, MS Teams, or Google Meet. It doesn't matter what platform. And the way our tool works is you go to your account settings, you connect your calendars. We connect to Google Calendar and Microsoft Outlook. Once that connection happens during the setup phase, you don't have to worry about anything else. You don't have to invite the bot to individual meetings. It will just automatically join once the calendar connection is made. So really simple integration. You can then adjust your settings to select which meetings you want the bot to join. You can have it join every single meeting, or you can only have internal meetings. You can have it only ones you're hosting, or none by default. And then you can add them one by one if you want to do it that way. You can name the bot anything you want. So I can name mine Rachel's Equal Time Note Taker. You can customize this to whatever you want. Your company name doesn't matter. That will be what the screen name shows up as when it joins your calls. Then over here, we allow users to have the bot join hybrid calls. So you can select, if you select hybrid mode, then it will work in a conference room as well as virtual only meetings. So we suggest using this if you have meetings coming up where you're going to have a mix of some people calling in from Google Meet or Zoom or MS Teams and some people in a room together. That will allow you to separate all the voices in the conference room, which is very, very helpful. But if you're doing all virtual, we suggest leaving that unchecked. That will give you the speaker labels. So you'll be able to see the screen names for each person if you leave it unchecked for virtual only meetings. We have email settings. So this will allow you to get a summary of your call in your inbox. So if you leave this checked, which is by default, you will get an email after the call with all the information about your meeting, the summary, the action items, the decisions made, and inclusion information as well. You can also automatically forward that to all participants in your call or only internal people that have the same domain name as you do. Or you can just have it sent to yourself. So you can really customize this however you like, or turn it all off. If you don't want any emails, you can turn it completely off. You can also have a public facing URL. This is helpful for if you want to share your meetings. So if, for example, this is my public URL, I can publish my meetings, whichever ones I want to this page. So then this page is the list of all my public ones. This is helpful for teachers that want to share class notes to their students, or maybe for sales representatives that want to share meetings to members of the product team. You know, you name it. You can think of examples here, but this is really, really helpful for that purpose, and having a list of all of your public meetings. That happens very easily from the individual meeting page. Last couple things in the settings to set up is GDPR guidelines. So by default, we are GDPR compliant. That means we will send a chat in the Zoom or Google Meet or MS Teams call that lets people know about the recording and allows them to opt out if they want to. So that if you are in an area of the world where you need to be GDPR compliant or comply with California's privacy laws, this is what you need to have selected. It is on by default in our system as well. We also support custom spellings and information so that you can improve the transcription of your call. So that will allow you to change the spellings from whatever our transcript defaults to a special thing. So for cologne, let's say instead of spelling it the way cologne would normally be spelled, let's say you have a team member who's named Cologne, but it's spelled C-O-L-O with an accent N, and you want the transcript to transcribe that correctly. So that's the function here, or proprietary names for companies, competitors that are often used in your meetings. You can add that so the transcript will be more accurate. That's pretty much it for the settings. Now I'm going to show you what an individual meeting looks like. So at the end of the call, you're going to have all your meeting data available in the meeting archive in the web app. This is an individual meeting detail page. This will show you, so I'll just walk through from top to bottom. We have some analytics at the top, which is the speaking time per participant. So each person, how much they spoke. We show you information on the sentiment of the call, how much was negative, neutral, and positive. We show the attendee gender balance and the speaking time gender balance, so you can track whether you have approximately equal speaking time. You can also look at the highlights of the call. So these are the topics discussed. You can take a look at other things like the questions that were asked in the call, the participation gap from the most to the least, as well as other information, the summary of the call, discussion points. So we dive into the objective, the discussion points, decisions made, and then specific next steps, as well as a conclusion. Then we also include information on how to make the meeting even better, even more inclusive. So especially for people who want to drive a more inclusive culture, this is helpful. We identify things also like mansplaining. So these are instances where the user might not have known that they were doing mansplaining. This doesn't matter what gender it is, but the AI will detect things like a condescending tone, a patronizing language, interruptions, overlapping conversation, minimizing others' expertise. So that can be helpful for improving the dynamics and engagement and culture within your company. And then we also provide helpful suggestions for how to address that, and like specific tips for like how can you make that even better. We have then the full transcript. So this is the full details. So if you want to search for a mention of a keyword, you can do that. You can download it as a text file. You can share it. And again, when I click this share link, it's going to add it to my public profile. That's a shareable link. I can share just that one meeting, or I can share my whole public profile page. This is like the individual meeting. When I share this, it doesn't have to be to another equal time user. It can be external people as well. Logged out users can also read that. All right, now I am going to jump maybe before I do, okay, so this is the email summary. So this is what it looks like in my inbox. I will get a summary of the speaking time for each person. The gender balance is also available in the email, and the meeting summary. So the short summary, the objective, what was discussed, the discussion points, specific decisions made. This is really helpful so you can save time on taking notes. It will just transcribe all of the agreed upon decisions, as well as the next steps, or the specific things we need to remember to do by the next time, and then a short conclusion. And then you can, of course, click here to go to the web app to see those full details. All right, now I'm going to jump back for the company admins out there. This is what you will see when you go to your company dashboard. So this is for team management. This is for inviting more members to your instance. You can invite people here, click that and add their email address. And they will get an invitation. You can manage your seats, add more seats, manage teams here. If you have this setting selected, you can also allow admins to view the individual data from meetings of team members. So this is an administrator who can oversee the meetings that this user was in. So when they click into this, they will see the full meeting details and be able to provide feedback or coaching to that user, from this view. We also provide a participation overview, so you can, as an administrator, make sure that you have a quick oversight into participation trends, how much individuals are speaking on average in calls, and help drive more inclusive and engaged employee behavior. We also show an inclusion overview. So this will allow you to track participation by gender or by location, if that's of interest to you, or by native language or seniority level, hierarchy. That's a common one that is of interest. For these metrics, we will need some information from the company when we do your company onboarding, which we will walk you through. We'll need some data in order to map ongoing participation data, but we are not able to collect that demographic data automatically from the system, so we'll need some input from the company admins. That's about it at this time. If you have any other questions, please reach out to us. We'd love to do a personalized demo for you if you're interested in using Equal Time. And you can reach out to us at hello@equaltime.io. We can set up a call. We can go over pricing and yeah, get you set up to use Equal Time. Thanks so much for your time.